Yes, this trade is real, and yes, I'm going to talk about it again. Because after I recorded the video from last night, I was just laying in bed thinking. I came to the conclusion that this is the worst trade in NBA history. I don't know why you do it. So, and it recently came out that the Mavericks are the ones that approached the Lakers, and they only approached the Lakers, or they approached one team before. But we're gonna go through every single team and list what better deals you could have gotten than Anthony Davis and one first round pick in 2029. So leave a like and subscribe, and we're gonna start. Sure, we'll start with the Celtics. Why not? Um, Easily best player you could have gotten in this deal is Tatum. You could have got a bunch of draft picks. Uh, if you didn't want to get Tatum, you could have got Jaylen Brown, probably Drew Holiday too. You could have got a lot of players on their team actually, because Luka's better than all of them. You could have got a bunch of draft picks. A realistic deal probably could have been a bunch of draft picks, Jason Tatum. That could be a deal, or Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday and a bunch of draft picks. Basically, you could have got a lot of draft picks and those ones. So I don't. I still don't understand it. I woke up. I didn't sleep much last night because I couldn't understand it. I was just up thinking. Let's see, Bulls. You could have gotten Kobe White. They don't have that many good players, but they could give you a lot of draft capital, like a lot, and you know they're gonna be bad for a bit, so it would have worked out. Zach LaVine, obviously, they've been trying to deal him. You could have got Zach LaVine, probably Kobe White, and a bunch of other draft picks, because I feel like whenever I watched the Mavericks when Luka wasn't there, their second best shot creator was like Spencer Dinwiddie. They don't need big men. They have big men. They have two good big men in Gafford and Lively. So now they have three big men. I guess you could trade one of them. I don't remember if Derek Lively is out for the year, but whatever. Hawks. I guess you could have got Trey Young back. A bunch of draft picks. Uh, they're recently acquired first overall pick, Larry Nance Jr. You could have got anyone. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. The Nets are next. Oh my God. Nets would have gave you a lot. They have like a lot of draft capital too. So do we even need to look at their roster? D'Lo probably could have been better for shot creating purposes. If you really wanted a defensive big man, you could have got Nick Claxton from them draft picks. Cam Johnson as well. Jesus Christ. We're only like 4 teams in, and you could do all this stuff. Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's see. Especially the Cavs. Oh my God. You probably could have got Donovan Mitchell, if I'm being honest, or Darius Garland, if you want a point guard for the future. You could have got Evan Mobley. You could have got Jarrett Allen. You could have got anyone on this team. A package realistically probably could have been like Donovan Mitchell and like 2, 3 for. Probably 4 first round draft picks. I don't know. If you really wanted a center, they would have been happy to part with Jarrett Allen. I'm so sure. Charlotte Hornets, you could have got LaMelo Ball. You could have got Brandon Miller. You could have got. I don't even need to look at their roster. I'm just trying to see. Who's their big man that's pretty good? No one wants Miles Bridges. He's not even that good. Jesus, they have Taj Gibson. I didn't know that. Mark Williams, that's who I was thinking of. You could have taken it back, Grant Williams. LaMelo and some first round draft picks. Yeah, that would have done it too. If you're not catching on, if you trade someone like Luka Doncic, you need to get a lot of draft picks. Because I don't think they even have that many draft picks, which how much they've like revamped the roster. Knicks, hell, you could have taken Brunson back. They probably would have done that deal. If you want a center, you could have got Cat or Isaiah Hartenstein. They would have done that deal. You just probably would have had to trade like Lively or no, Kleber. Yeah, you got rid of Kleber. Okay, whatever. So they would have been fine with that. Let's look at the Pistons real quick. I'm not an insider. Shut up. Please, please, please. There we go. All right, let's see. Probably could have got Cade Cunningham. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you could have got Cade. Could have got Malik Beasley. You could have got a Thompson twin. I'm so sure. If you want your center, you could have got Isaiah Stewart along with Cade Cunningham, and I would have seen that as a better deal because AD is like 32, turning 33. So that's the main reason I don't really like the deal. Let's see. Miami Heat, they're gonna try to give you Jimmy Butler. They would have gave you Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez. Pretty much anyone on the Heat is expendable. There's only very few players I don't think are expendable in this deal. The Sixers, they would have given you Embiid. They for sure would have given you Embiid. They also would have given you Maxey. They would have given you Kelly Oubre, I guess. They for sure would have given you Paul George, but I mean, like, I don't know. You know what? Now looking at the Sixers roster, ain't really that good, but they would have given you Embiid, and I would have rather taken Embiid than AD because I think the Sixers would have also gave you some draft picks. Let's look at the Pacers. Pacers would have for sure given you Halliburton. Because I think they're like the same age actually. Yeah, I think around the same age, like 25, because Luka's 26. So let's see. Yeah, they would have given you Halliburton. You could have got Mathurin. You could have got Miles Turner, a defensive center. Siakam. You could have got a couple of players. I'm not gonna lie. I like the Pacers package if they knew Luka was available. Let's see, the Magic. I do not want to join the wait list. Okay, there we go. You could have got Jonathan Isaac. Probably even Paolo. Why is their roster so small? Okay, Paolo, Franz. You could have got any of them. And I think that would have been cool for the Magic because they need offense. Let's see. Raptors. Okay, Raptors don't really have players you can get. Oh, I guess Scotty Barnes. But let's see. When did you get here? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, they don't really got players besides Scotty Barnes. I'm so honest. But it could have gave you draft capital. Some of the Lakers can't give you. And Bucks. We're not even gonna look at the Wizards. I'm so honest. They would have given anyone on their roster. The Bucks is where it gets tricky. I don't think they would have given you Giannis because Giannis means as much as Luka means to the Mavericks. And they are a normal franchise, so they wouldn't do that trade. They would have given you Dame for sure. Brook Lopez for sure. They would have given you anyone on this roster. Just anyone at all. And draft picks, obviously. Yeah, Wizards. I don't know, bro. You want Kyle Kuzma. It's probably the only team that could give a worse deal than the Lakers. Nuggets. No. Nuggets would not trade Jokic. So I think there's probably only 3 teams in the NBA that wouldn't trade their best player for Luka Doncic. Jokic, yeah. You'd have to center this around MPJ. Actually, you know what? They I don't even think they got the assets for a deal. Not that I'm looking at it. They would have tried very hard to get rid of Jamal Murray and them, but I don't think that would have materialized. Golden State Warriors. I don't know if they would have given you Curry. They might. He means a lot to that franchise, though. And overall, I don't think. Yeah, I actually don't think they're going to trade Curry, but that's because they are very stingy. But they would for sure give you, like, Kuminga, Trace Jackson. I don't know. They would have given you anyone other than Curry. Mavericks made the deal. Minnesota Timberwolves, they for sure would have given you Anthony Edwards. Absolutely, they would have given you Anthony Edwards. They also would have given you Gobert if you really wanted the center. You could have got Gobert, a bunch of draft capital. You probably have to take Julius Randle too, though. But that's besides the point. Clippers. They trade Kawhi in a heartbeat, actually. And James Harden, yes, they would trade him. Zubac, they probably would have traded Zubac too, if you really wanted a center that bad. Houston Rockets, okay, I actually want to see because they have like a lot of young players. I think they could have gave one hell of a deal. I just want to... What is this? Why is the Rockets page so horrible? Okay, yeah, Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks. Who's this guy? Aaron Holiday. Probably Jalen Green, Sengun. I think they probably would have given you Amen Thompson if you asked. For Luka Doncic, they probably could. You probably could have found a way to get Jabari Smith Jr. or Amen Thompson and a bunch of draft capital. Yeah, they have a lot to give. OKC. Now, OKC is tricky because I don't think... Just ignore this. That was depressing. I don't know if they would trade Luka for Shea, even though I think they're like the same age. It's definitely a toss-up. I do think Luka is better than Shea, even though Luka hasn't been playing. This season, I'll give it to Shea, but overall, I think Luka's better. And... yeah, I'm sure they would have parted with Chet because they're doing just fine without him. And you have the ability to add Luka and Shea. Jesus Christ. Jalen Williams, yeah, they would have packed these two up in a heartbeat. And if you didn't want those guys, sure, you get Isaiah Hartenstein, I guess. Did I say Hartenstein for the Knicks? I don't know. If I did, my bad. I'm tweaking. Lakers, I do think you could have got a better deal than what you got from this team. It would have been heavily around draft picks. You could have got more than just AD. You probably could have got Austin Reeves too if you asked very nicely. You could have got LeBron too. I'm gonna be honest. You could have got a way better deal out of the Lakers. It feels like you hit them up with an option, and how trades go, you're supposed to go back and forth and try to find the most even deal, but they just accepted your first offer. That should have been a red flag. You should have just put down the phone and stopped even trying. Grizzlies, yeah, they'd trade Ja Morant. They'd probably trade Triple J too. Jalen Wells, they'd trade anyone on this team for Luka. I'm so real. Portland Trail Blazers, yeah, they would have traded everyone. Scoot, DeAndre Ayton, Shaden Sharp, Anthony Simons, yeah. Phoenix Suns, they would have given up everyone. Absolutely, they would have given up everyone. KD, Bradley Beal, that center that starts for them, I forgot his name, but yeah. Could have got, if you did do the Miami deal, now I'm thinking you could have got like Khalil Ware. He looks pretty good. So, Our New Orleans Pelicans, you probably could have got Zion, but I don't think the Mavs would want that because their excuse for trading was because of poor conditioning. So I'm sure they wouldn't want Zion. You could have got Herb Jones. You could have got DeJounte Murray's season just ended, but whatever. You could have got Ingram. Could have got, where is he? Yeah, Trey Murphy the third. Probably a bunch of draft capital. Utah Jazz, they have all the draft capital in the world. Oh my God, you could have got so much. It's a shame that you didn't as the Jazz or the Thunder, because the Thunder have a lot of draft capital. They probably would have given you all of their draft capital. And Utah Jazz, yeah, they for sure would have given you all. And if you didn't want that, you could have taken Lauri Markkanen or Walker Kessler if you really wanted a center. I'll look at the Kings last. San Antonio, this is the last team I think wouldn't trade their best player. They're not trading Victor Wembanyama. But everyone else, like, I see Spurs fans, like, tweaking about certain players not trading for De'Aaron Fox. If it's Luka Doncic, everyone is on the table. Your coach is on the table. Greg Popovich is on the table. Everyone is on the table for the Spurs if you have the opportunity to pair Luka with Victor Wembanyama. Jesus Christ. Stephon Castle, who Spurs fans think is untouchable, he's very touchable, pause, for Luka Doncic. So, yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Harrison Barnes could go back too. Let's look at the Kings. I absolutely would have sold everyone on this team for Luka Doncic. And I love De'Aaron so much. But with all this drama, I'm like, yeah, I'd do this deal. Yeah, there's not a single person I would not trade for Luka Doncic on this team. Oh my God, except maybe Mike Keon. Yeah, everyone else could go if Luka's available. But let's take one last look at who would have had the best trade packages to acquire Luka Doncic. Obviously, in first place, we got the Thunder. Second place, probably the Jazz if you just want strictly capital. But OKC is first no matter what. Like, win now players, young players, future prospects, they have the best option. Because I would have rather taken Chet than Anthony Davis. Next, we'll just do top three. Depending on if you want young players or draft capital, probably Utah. They have a lot of draft picks, I believe. And to give them credit, if they just wanted a win now player that's available, I guess AD is that guy from a talent perspective. But the trade is still awful because you gave up a first round draft pick. You don't have your own draft pick for, I don't know, a few years. You're on the bad side of a pick swap in 2030. And Kyrie has an opt-out this year. He re-signed because he wanted to work with Luka. Clay signed there specifically so that he could play with Luka. Pretty much everyone on that team. What I was saying about De'Aaron Fox, it is extremely magnified for the Mavericks. Players go there to play with Luka Doncic. And you just dealt him just like that. This is, without a doubt, the worst trade in NBA history. The only thing possibly keeping it from that is if they miraculously win a title this year. I do not think they are going to win a title. I think there are some dark days for Mavericks fans ahead. But don't get mad at me. It looks like there's dark days coming for my team too, depending on what happens. But yeah, I still can't believe it's real. It's not even 24 hours since then. But leave a like, subscribe. I do think that with this trade, the deadline should pick up. It should get a lot more interesting. Teams should, they just saw what the Mavericks did, so they'll probably stop being afraid to make bad deals. because you know you're not gonna make a deal as bad as that one. But that doesn't mean you could trade De'Aaron Fox money. But that's besides the point. Leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.